to the house of God. Now, for your own soul's sake.
That's why the Bible is redundant. The Lord says things over and over because we're stiff-necked, hard-headed people.
Calm down and listen to one another. And more importantly, listen to this Bible. Right? Okay, watch this.
But in this last day,
but I'm gonna deal with something real quick. Go ahead, ask.
Okay. So do you guys believe in Jesus was the Son of God?
You know what? This is perfect. I was just going into this. All praises to the Most High.
Question.
Give me Revelations 1 and 14. See, Tanisha, I'm going to deal with you from right here. And my sister wanted to know, what does God look like? What's his color, right? Give me Revelations 1 and 14. Hey, Tanisha, first we're going to find out what God's Son looks like. All right? This is important. Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation.
Hold on, hey officer, I got it. I heard her say don't judge you about to say. We're gonna deal with all that. She don't know. What she don't know, but she need to hear this. Alright? Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. This is John the Revelator. He saw Christ while he was alive, right? But it has to be revealed because what? They gave us this as an image. Is this Christ? No. Tanisha, is this Christ? You don't know, right? Back during this time, we knew without a shadow of a doubt what Christ looked like. But through slavery, through oppression, and through lies told by these people, they gave us this image as God. A little boy walked up a few minutes ago. I asked him, who was Christ? He pointed to this. I said, well, if this is Christ, who's that? He said, that's the devil. A lot of our people think like that. You ever heard of that Barbie experiment where they give little black kids a white Barbie and a black Barbie and ask them which one is pretty, which one is the good child? They pick the white one. And they ask them which one is bad. They always pick the black dog. So they ask them, and then the kids start to look at themselves like, I'm the devil, I'm bad. We was taught our skin color is bad. Right. The texture of our hair is bad. Right. That's why our sisters put on wigs to mimic her hair. Right. Because we've been given that as our standard of beauty. That's opposed to the Bible. Let's read it.
Everyone is beautiful in
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
No, that's not true. Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Jump up to verse 12.
Verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
So John said, I turned around to see this voice that was speaking to me. Remember, Christ, John saw Christ. He said, that looked like Jesus. Because he know what Jesus looked like. So that's what he said, one like unto the Son of Man. Son of Man being Christ. Read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot.
So Christ had on a long garment. Officer Gabe, can you come around here real quick? He had on a garment just like this, all the way down to his feet. So you can only see really his feet, because he probably had long sleeves on. And this is a girdle. He had a golden girdle, right? So that's why we dress like this. We're mimicking Christ. You understand? So if anybody ever wonder why we wear these garments, this is what our forefathers wore. So Christ had on a long garment just like this one, right, down to his feet. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
So those girt about the paps with a golden girdle, like that belt he has on. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said the hairs on his head and his face were white like wool. Tanisha, is wool a color or a texture? It's a texture. Color or texture, right? It's a texture. Who has woolly hair? On the planet today, what people have woolly hair? Tanisha, rub your fingers through your hair. That's woolly hair.
That's right.
Rub your fingers through your hair. That is not woolly hair.
That's right.
So Christ had woolly hair. That's strike one for this image right here. Because he ain't got woolly hair. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said it was woolly and it was white. If you look at my officer right here, the hair on his head, on his top of his head is completely white. His beard looks gray because the white hairs are mixed in with black hairs. My brother here looks like Christ. He has white woolly hair. Look at the hair on his head. It's starting to go completely white. Am I right? The hair on his beard, because there's almost no more black in it now, right? It's all white. It's not gray, it's white. But when the white is mixed in with black, we call it gray hair. All right? Read.
As white as snow on his eyes.
Because that's what them brothers look like. Somebody, look like it was snowing around the corner, right? Hold on. Listen.
On his eyes was a flame of fire.
Tanisha, when black people drink wine, what color their eyes turn? Red. Somebody else said it, right? That's a you don't gotta get the prophecy. You don't gotta get it. You don't gotta get it because she gotta go. His eyes will be red with wine. Christ drank wine. His first miracle, he turned water into wine, right? He drank that wine too. He just wasn't drunk it because it's a sin to get drunk. Read.
On his eyes was a flame of fire. On his feet like unto fine brass.
So Christ had this long garment on and he can see his feet. You can see his feet. Tanisha, are your feet and your arms the same color? Yeah. Are your arms and your face the same color? So if we can see Christ's feet and we know the color of his feet, we know what color his arms and his face are, right? Right. Hey, sis, get away from her. Hey, Tanisha, don't listen to her, pay attention to the Bible. So, it said his feet like fine brass. Tanisha, what color is brass? A brown color, right? You ever heard of golden brown? You just seen somebody with golden brown skin, right? So let's see what tone, because we come in all different shapes, right? We're all different shades of brown, right? Read.
On his feet like unto fine brass.
Hey, you should listen because you asked me about God too, right? We getting it right now. Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Tanisha, they said Christ's feet looked like they burned in a furnace.
That's right.
Christ was a dark-skinned man. He would be a so-called black man if he was here today. Sis, did you know that? Did you know that? Did you hear what I just brought out? So what did I say? What did I just bring out? Not cocoa brown. Read it again.
On his feet like unto fine brass.
Brass is brown, right? Like cocoa brown. But what shade? Read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
If they burned in a furnace. If I threw your jacket into a furnace and pulled it out, what color would it be? It would no. If I threw your jacket into a furnace and pulled it out, what color would it be? It wouldn't be red. What color was CVS when they burned it down? It was black, sis. Sis, stop. We got to stop playing. It was black. You never burned anything? You ain't never burned no toast? Rice? What color was it? Thank you. You sent anything into a furnace. When you pull it out, it's black. Right? Like coal, right? So Christ was probably the same complexion. This man right here looks like Christ. That's a depiction of Christ. A dark-skinned black man with white woolly hair.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
So the sister asked me, what does God look like? So we got the image of Christ first. I want John 14. I want John 14. She asked me what God looked like. So now we got a depiction of his son. Hold on. Oh, you got a question? I'm glad you said that. Is that true? Can we? If I can go in the Bible and show you, would you believe it? All praises. Let's go.
John chapter 14 and verse 9. Jesus said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me? Verse 8. Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it suffices them.
It'll suffice us. Philip said to Christ, show us what God looked like. Same thing we're asking right now, right? And this is Jesus' response. Read.
Jesus said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip?
He said, Philip, I've been with you for years. Don't you know me? I'm the Son of God. Read.
He that hath seen me.
So if you've seen Christ, and what does Christ look like? Me, you, right? Christ looks like a black man. We just read it. Wow. Okay. Did you get it? Yeah, it did. Go back to Revelation 1. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You probably came over here late. Verse 14. Verse 14.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14.
You said he didn't see his face. Read.
His head and his hairs.
So when it says his head and his hairs, it's great to describe the hair on his head and his beard. So that's on his face. So we've seen his face. So when they described his feet, like I asked the sister, hold on. Please bring out that. What you want? Oh, hold on. Yeah, I got it. I'm going there. So they said they showed Christ's feet. Are your feet, the top of your feet, the same color as your arms? Are your arms the same color as your face? Yeah. So if Christ had black feet, that means he got black arms and a black face. He ain't got black feet and a white face. Christ was a man.
He didn't say whether he was black or white.
Sis, we just.
It didn't say what color he was.
You see how this brother just reacted? Because we just read it.
What color he was and how his hair was, right?
Listen, let's read it again. Sis, do you want to hear it or not? Now, never mind. The sister want to know. We dealing with the brother, and even the heathens want to know. So let's bring it out. Go ahead. Go back to John. We got to finish that off. Go ahead.
John chapter 14 and verse 8. Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficeth us. Jesus said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father.
Christ just said, if you've seen me, you've seen God. Because I look like my Father. So if Christ is a dark-skinned black man, guess what God looks like? Bring it out in Daniel. Hey, brother, I see you listening. Just listen to this. Let's hear it. Just so you know. Because you might not have known this. Don't let me just tell it to you. Make anybody that makes these claims prove it out of the Bible. Read.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9.
Read.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So Daniel said, I saw when all the kingdoms were destroyed. He said, I saw when America was destroyed. Europe, Italy, Spain. Read.
And the Ancient of Days that sit.
He said the Ancient of Days because God created everything, right? The Most High God created everything. He's the beginning of days. We don't know when he was created. He just was. So he's the Ancient of Days. Read.
Whose garment was white as snow.
So even he had on a garment. Sis, what do you need to wear clothes? What do you put clothes on? Your body. So if God has on a garment, he has a what? A body. So don't let anybody tell you that God is like a puff of smoke. He has a body.
That's right.
Read.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Read.
And the hair of his head.
He had a head with hair on it. Your head is a part of your what? Your body. So let's see what his hair looked like. Remember what Christ said. If we've seen Christ, we've seen the Father. Read.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
He said the hair on his head like the pure wool. We just went over this. Who has woolly hair? Says who has woolly hair on the planet today? Who? Say it again. Say it with your chest. Be proud of that. Because guess what you look like, sis? You look like God.
That's right.
You look like Christ. Because we're God's people.
Right. That's right.
Did you know that? Give me Joel 2:27. God made us look like him. We don't look like this. And God doesn't look like that. So you got to be special to be made in his image. Ain't that right? That thing feel good, don't it? Sound good. My brother took his mask off and everything. Oh, praise, smiling. Look, that's how I love. The scripture's supposed to do that for you.
That's right.
Read.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 27.
It's really, hey look, you think you smiling now, wait till this come out.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
God said, you're going to know that I'm in the midst of Israel. Those are today's so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Believe it or not, before they start mixing with white people, so-called Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, they look like us.
That's right.
You can still find really dark-skinned Hispanics.
Right.
Before Native Americans start being killed off and mixing with white people, they look like us. They look like God. Those are Israelites. Read.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God.
He said he's your God. Now, before I let him finish this, is God everybody's God? Sis, kneeling down, does God love everybody? He loves everybody. Is he everybody's God? Okay. What do you say, sis? Does God love everybody? He's everybody's God. Okay. What you say, bro? No. Let's find out. Read it from the top.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God.
Everybody's God?
And none else.
And nobody else.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.